is News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Tom Corliss of WDWNT.com. Please like this video, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell to make sure you never miss the latest from the Disney theme parks all around the world. In a moment, the news for November 3rd, 2025, but first, a word from our sponsor. Of course, you've probably seen us talking about these wait time displays over the last few weeks, the one right there. The ones that bring you the resort experience into your home with real-time ride wait times, your own resort channel, fireworks shows, and more. Well, the folks over at waitsigns.com have just released their brand new product for the holiday season. We're thrilled to have it with us. Of course, you've probably seen this by now, but it's Wait Time TV. There it is. Now you can take everything you already love about the desktop display and bring it to your big screen, literally turning your TV into the resort TV. Just simply connect the Wait Time TV media player to your TV with the included HDMI cable, similar to an Apple TV or Roku device, and watch your big screen instantly turn into your very own resort TV experience. Here we go, we've entered. I'm already in the VIP section. Let's go over here. We're filming at a reasonable time of day, so this will work today. Last time we filmed the show, it was 2 in the morning, so no parks were open, so I couldn't give you wait times. But anyway, go to parks. There's the monorail that's going to take us to Magic Kingdom, I assume. Boop, boop. There you go. 20 minutes for Astrober. It's not bad. Is it a party? No, it's not party night. We're in between parties. It's that time of year where you always have to think about, is it a party night or not? Let's see. My beloved country, only 10 minutes for the Country Bear Musical Jamboree. What a deal. And I'm going to check. What else are we going to check? Let's check. The riverboat, that's closed. Big Thunder Mountain's closed. See, it knows when things are closed. There you go. Anyway, imagine your TV welcoming you home with a personalized greeting, just like checking into your resort for the first time. You can enjoy your own resort channel displaying actual park hours. Check those real-time wait times like we just did in all six U.S. Disney parks. View a custom vacation countdown fireworks show, and even watch a live terrace view of the Orlando skyline complete with nightly Magic Kingdom and EPCOT fireworks. And the best part is that the Wait Time TV is fully optimized for high-resolution viewing, including the brand new VIP package, where you go beyond the terrace skyline with close-up views of the Magic Kingdom fireworks every single night in HD. There's also the magical multi-view experience, where you can now experience up to 4 theme park live streamers at once. You could hop on a ride in one park, see the fireworks or a parade in another. It is not just for NFL Red Zone is not just for football viewers anymore. It's now for Disney adults. It's basically Red Zone with theme park live streamers. And finally, the live piano bar request show. Performers you already know and love from the parks, including our very own Piano Rob, are bringing you a full request show live in high definition. It's like they're really in your living room. They sound and look incredible, as if they're really there. So head on over to waitsigns.com. Use code NEWS15 to save 15% off your entire order. Real quick, Katie, now we're going to switch. I'm going to make you switch through all the cameras. Now to the Zoom. Whoa! This, you missed it. He's gone. But Magnet of the Month, you just saw the teaser at the beginning of the video. I wonder who it could be. It's not Peter Gabriel anymore. But right now, we do still have very limited supplies. We're almost out of our Countdown to Extinction, Counting Down to Extinction Dinosaur Farewell, a limited edition of 250 pin set. Get yours now, carouselofproducts.com. And with that, that's probably enough advertising. We got bills to pay. It takes money to send people to Disney parks all around the world every single day. So, get to the news. The Magic Kingdom monorail loop will continue to test reversing directions each afternoon. On Sunday, we reported that the Express monorail, which connects the Magic Kingdom to the TTC, or the Transportation and Ticket Center, had reversed direction. It was running clockwise instead of its usual counterclockwise. On Monday morning, it resumed the counterclockwise operation. According to cast members, the Express monorail will switch to a clockwise loop each afternoon between 12:30 and 4 p.m., depending on the day's operations. It will continue to run counterclockwise in the morning, taking arriving guests from the TTC through Disney's Contemporary Resort to the Magic Kingdom. This is faster than the opposite direction, passing through both the Polynesian and the Grand Floridian. In the afternoons and evenings, when more guests are leaving, the Express monorail will switch to the clockwise loop, taking the faster route back to the TTC. This also means the Express monorail will be traveling in the same direction as the Resort monorail, which is not a thing they've ever really done. It will be easier to move the train off the track and into the barn quicker when operations end each evening, or if there's a breakdown because it's already going in the correct direction to go to the switch track. I saw a lot of people saying, like, oh, this makes so much sense. Yeah, I mean, for guest enjoyment, it does, but either way, that monorail is going to take the same amount of time to get fully around. So it's better for the guests, and I guess that makes sense to me, but I'm sure there's a good reason why they didn't do this for many, many years. Or maybe not. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. It's a weird little thing they're doing right now, and I'm curious if it's going to work out. The Magic Kingdom is preparing to celebrate the 2025 holiday and Christmas season. Decorations arrived at the park overnight this weekend and now adorn much of the entrance and Main Street USA. All the fall bunting has been removed from Main Street's train station, and garland is now draped over the railings. The Mickey flower bed directly in front of the station is now red and green. Garlands and wreaths adorn the entrance tunnels. They feature poinsettias, pine cones, fruits, and colorful baubles. There are more wreaths and garlands with big red bows on the back of the train station as well. They hang from the railings and edge of the roof. A garland with strings of popcorn is around the top of this popcorn stand. The garden between the Chamber of Commerce and City Hall is adorned with more garland. These feature candy canes and cookie decorations. The photo spot in the back of the garden has a Mickey-shaped wreath and two small trees with matching sweet decorations. City Hall features classy garlands and decorations adorned with gold elements, and inside the Guest Relations building, garland wreaths and a small tree have been added. There is garland on the outside and inside of the firehouse as well. Garlands hang above some of the windows and from the overhang of the Town Square Theater, and inside the theater there are garlands hanging around the rotunda. These are strung with beige ribbons and snowy beads. Garlands crisscross above the main entrance of the Emporium, connecting the pairs of large golden bells and red bows. Garlands continue down the Emporium towards the center of the street, and there are wreaths on each support pole. The middle section of the Emporium, which houses seasonal merchandise, has also been draped with garland along the walls. The garland continues down the many storefronts and facades of Main Street, including the House of Magic. The garlands on Casey's Corner feature stark white poinsettias and colorful fruits. The garland wraps around the building, leading to oblong wreaths above the piano. Red and white hydrangeas adorn the garland wrapping up the columns of Crystal Palace. At one of the Main Street confectionery entrances, there's garland and decorations with candy tucked in them. The Colonel Kitchen entrance at the back of the Main Street confectionery features garland with touches of popcorn. Bright candy-themed garland has been added inside the confectionery as well, and character banners sit on some of the display tables. This entrance of Uptown Jewelers also has garland. Similar garland can be found nearby on Center Street. And inside, Uptown Jewelers has also been decked out for the holidays with streaming garland, and it's all along the ceiling and above the shelves. The Crystal Arts facade has garland draped across the large window, and garland wraps around the balcony above the Main Street Bakery. Plaza Ice Cream Parlor has wreaths with candles in their centers, and the bows on the wreaths and garlands are white and gold, and red and white poinsettias are on the wreaths and garlands of the adjacent facade. The windows of Plaza Ice Cream Parlor also have wreaths. Wreaths in the hub are decorated with red poinsettias, solid red bows, and fruits, including large pineapples. A garland runs across the Cinderella Castle stage. More garlands are wrapped around railings of the stage's platforms. In fact, this story is the one from Sunday when decorations first went up. Today, a lot more went up at the park. I will tell you, please check out WDWNT.com. We have several posts featuring, there's all new decor in Fantasyland, whether it be in Storybook Circus or the rest of Fantasyland. There's new decor on Cinderella Castle. There's so much to see and do. Please go check it all out at WDWNT.com. We give you a small taste of it here, but if you want to see the rest, please go to our website. AstroFizz, the new snack kiosk in Tomorrowland, has opened at the Magic Kingdom. AstroFizz replaces the former Cool Ship, located between Space Mountain and Star Traders along the Tomorrowland Speedway path over there. The brand new kiosk has a retro futuristic design with touches of teal and red, including the sign revealed a few days ago. Neon lights are now illuminated around the edge of the building's roof and overhang. They're not actual neon, it's LED to look like neon, as well as around the windows too. The kiosk is sponsored by Coca-Cola, as was the Cool Ship, with their logos on the signs and windows. And there are doors along the back of the building for cast access. Crews have been busy the last several days installing the sign, turning on the menu boards, and completing those last-minute tasks. The construction walls all then came down, and now it is already open. It was a surprise. I think it was at the last Halloween party this opened. Now with the kiosk open, we know the full menu with pricing. They have Coca-Cola, Fanta Blue Raspberry, or Fanta Orange slushies for $6.49. That cherry cola churro, which is churro rolled in cherry sugar, drizzled with Coca-Cola cherry icing and topped with cherry popping candies, is $7.49. Of course, popcorn in a refillable bucket is $14.29. The refill $2.49, and popcorn on its own $5.99. They also have cotton candy for $5.49, cinnamon glazed nuts for $5.99, a Mickey premium ice cream bar for $6.49. The sandwich is $6.49. There's also an Outshine strawberry fruit bar for $5.99, a frozen lemonade cup for $6.29. Sodas are $4.79, bottled water $4.25, and smart water is $6.25. If you want a review of that very special churro, Nana checked it out. We have a review at WDWNT.com that you can read. Find out if we liked it. It's Nana, so who knows? Probably not, but maybe it's a rare item she liked. I know they reviewed the Plaza this weekend, and it was pretty positive, so you never know. They're also going to have a special item during Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. There's going to be also the holiday Christmas tree truck novelty bucket will be available too. That special item is the cherry white chocolate slushie, which is Fanta cherry served with a crackable white chocolate coated cup with whipped cream, cherry gummy candy, and festive sprinkles. It's non-alcoholic. Jungle Cruise of the Magic Kingdom is a brand new prop and a joke to go along with it. Guests might now hear their skipper point to the first sign of danger as they hop aboard the Jungle Cruise. The sign, a literal sign reading danger attached to a floating mine in the water next to the queue. This is phenomenal. I love this. The skipper will then tell the joke, oh, look, it's the first sign of danger. Your results may vary, of course, because today was also the kickoff of the Jingle Cruise, the limited time Christmas overlay of the Jungle Cruise. It's back for the season. Throughout the ride, the scenes have extra holiday touches like Santa hats on crates, animals wearing scarves, and wrapped gift boxes. Watch the full POV of the Jingle Cruise, including the first sign of danger, right here on our channel. Brand new as of today. A photo of Richard Nixon, you have to do this, right? A photo of Richard Nixon and his family visiting Disneyland has been added to the Hall of Presidents at the Magic Kingdom. In August of 1955, then Vice President Richard Nixon and his family visited the newly opened Disneyland. Park executive Cornelius Vanderbilt and Fess Parker, those are both names definitely you could only have in 1955, by the way. Fess Parker was Davy Crockett, if you didn't know. Presented Nixon with a ceremonial key to Disneyland. Nixon went on to visit Disneyland many times. The most famous, I would dare say, is the dedication of the Disneyland Monorail in 1959. The key itself, placed in a storage box, has been on display in one of the many cabinets of the Hall of Presidents, but the photo of Nixon receiving the key was only added recently. So go ahead and check that out. I'm glad the Hall of Presidents always gets some love. I know it's a tumultuous time for this attraction. The last, 15 years, people have been so up in arms on the left and the right. I'm not picking sides, by the way. I think everyone's ridiculous, but this is a loving homage to Walt Disney. It's something he very much wanted, and an homage to what the presidency stands for. Not necessarily the people that are president, but really what the President of the United States stands for. So I love that there's always more and more to see, and they continue to show love and care for it, even at this very controversial time in the attraction's history. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, Be Our Guest Vacations. Your dream vacation begins with Be Our Guest and their concierge team of expert vacation planners. Head on over to WDWNT.travel, and the team will design your next magical vacation, from the Walt Disney World and Disneyland Resorts to Disney Cruise Line to Adventures by Disney and more. And the best part is their concierge services are 100% free. That's right. So book today. A brand new collection inspired by Germany's Black Forest is now available at EPCOT and includes the following items. There's a kitchen mitten for $14.99, a kitchen tea towel for $19.99, a throw blanket for $44.99, an apron for $39.99, a mug is $24.99. This first adult t-shirt is $36.99. The next one is $46.99. There's a sweatshirt for $49.99, a backpack for $69.99, a wristlet for $34.99, an ear headband for $36.99 as well. The collection is described as follows: inspired by the folk costumes of Germany's Black Forest region, this merchandise collection showcases the shapes, colors, florals, and patterns of southwestern Baden's rich history. I hope I'm getting that right. One of the most iconic fashion accessories in the Bullen Hut, a wide-brimmed hat adorned with red pom-poms. We found the merchandise for sale at Das Kaufhaus in the Germany Pavilion. A TikTok user posted a video showing a Living with the Land boat starting to sink and guests being evacuated off of it at Epcot. The TikTok user is Michelle Walks Disney. She wasn't walking, she might have been swimming this day. But she posted the video on Friday. The caption read, "Current situation, boat in front of me started to sink and all occupants had to evacuate. We ended up chilling in our boat until cast members escorted us off and out the back. And people say Living with the Land is boring." Who would say that? A bad tourist would say that, that's who. The video shows the lead boat listing and then guests jumping off to a side platform. Disregard those signs that say don't touch the sand because you got to get off the boat. Cast members with flashlights appear to escort them. We next see the boats in the loading area just short of the platform. And then it cuts to a view of guests walking past a laboratory window backstage. But what is going on at Disney? It begs the question. Is it because we're all armed with a video device now that we see all these incidents? Did they happen back then? You know, I think in the earlier years of this show, different Tom, I often jumped to the conclusion and said like, oh, it's the maintenance. And look, there are still very big maintenance problems. But I will tell you, I've heard as we've had some Imagineers of the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s come and do events here. I have heard similar stories. So I don't know. I don't know. Is it just that we all have video cameras now at our beck and call and not a finite amount of film? Is that the biggest part of it, or is maintenance just not as good as it was back then? Maybe it's a little bit of both. I don't know. Figment's holiday sweater is making a comeback for this year's Epcot International Festival of the Holidays, and it will be on merchandise once again. Figment's holiday sweater became human-sized last year and flew off the shelves, one of them into my closet. This year, the same pattern will be featured on a new ear headband with a white sweater-like bow. One of the ornaments that will be available this year is an excited Figment wearing his holiday sweater. The figure hangs from a placard reading Epcot International Festival of the Holidays. Figment flies in his holiday sweater in front of a crossbody bag in the shape and style of Spaceship Earth. The branding is not evident, but it's similar to the previously released Loungefly bags. The 2025 Epcot International Festival of the Holidays begins on November 28th, the day after Thanksgiving, otherwise known as Black Friday, and runs through December 30th. We, of course, will be there to bring it all to you. That's always a crazy weekend for us because it's also the weekend of our 50-hour marathon to benefit Toys for Tots. More on that later this month. This past Friday, the entrance sign and more were revealed for the Zootopia Better Zoogether attraction, which officially opens on November 7th. It opened for previews last week at Disney's Animal Kingdom. With those first looks came a big revelation about the Tree of Life. But we got lots more to talk about. First of all, I want to mention, of course, we were there. Thank you to the cast member who brought us to the preview on Friday. Full honest review is here on the channel. Please give it a watch. We also have a full video of the show. If you can't wait to see it, you can watch it right here on the channel. But let's talk about some other little news tidbits regarding the newest attraction at Walt Disney World. There is a new popcorn bucket coming out this Friday for Zootopia Better Zoogether. It will be exclusive to Animal Kingdom. The bucket features Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde in a teal and green car. It is a vehicle that appears in the show itself. The Zootopia Better Zoogether popcorn bucket will be available at Mahindi, Trek Snacks, and Chakranadi beginning on the 7th of November, again, this Friday when the show opens. Guests can also try Clawhauser's Big Donut Macaron and the Bunny Burrow Brew, which will both be at the Isle of Java starting later this week. In fact, we had a media event today. Disney hosted us, and I got to try these for free. I have to say that legally. The review for them is up at wdwnt.com. One of them was a 7 out of 7, and the other was a 1 out of 7. And you got to go read it to find out which was which. We also found out that Officer Clawhauser will appear in the same outfit as his Zootopia Better Zoogether animatronic in Zootopia 2. The director of the film, Jared Bush, was at the media event we attended today, and he revealed that they were so proud of the show that Clawhauser will appear in the costume he specifically wears in Better Zoogether in the credits of Zootopia 2. So make sure you hang out for those credits when the film comes to theaters. In addition to that, the film will also feature a location directly inspired by Shanghai Disneyland's Zootopia Land. There is a facade there that was not in the original film, was created just for the land, but that is now going to be canon. It's going to be in the film. Zootopia 2 will open in theaters on November 26th, 2025. I want to talk about those story I get into the story problems a lot in the honest review. I will say this much. They rewrote the backstory of the Tree of Life. Now, from outside the Tree of Life, you could still go see the ant and tell people the real backstory. But they created a new backstory, which the Tree of Life is in Zootopia. The citizens of Zootopia built the tree with the city as like this icon of their coming together in peace and harmony. Now, why do I think that's a bad thing? Well, go watch the honest review to find out. Sticking with Zootopia, nets cover the entire Tree of Life theater queue now at Disney's Animal Kingdom, just days ahead of the show's debut. There wasn't much cover when the Tree of Life theater closed. It's tough to be a bug earlier this year, but now there are a ton of these nets going all over each and every inch of that path that goes near the Tree of Life. They're supported by a structure of crisscrossing wooden beams. So the theory here is now this attraction, there were some rumblings that a piece or two or maybe three fell off the Tree of Life at some point. Some of the now, yeah, they're fake leaves and branches, but they still fall off and they're heavy and they can hurt people at that height. And so this is similar to what happened at the Swiss Family Treehouse attractions around the world, where they had to like go and double check them, but also still a lot of them installed netting in case, Disney lawyers famously want to save themselves from litigation. So how do you save the litigation? Well, if people can't get hit by it if you put a net in the way. And so they've done that here as well. Now, the sad thing about, it was sad with the Swiss Family Treehouse as well. It just ruins the views. And I think that area around the Tree of Life, not just the queue, the back path, which thankfully is not covered yet at least, but the queue path has some very nice vistas. There's some really wonderful views with waterfalls and the tree, and you get some very intimate moments with at least what feel like intimate moments with these openings in the rock work or the branch work where you can see the tree, and it's very pretty and very special. Yeah, so it's a shame that this is what it is. I hope at some point they could just go have a project where we get some scaffolding on the Tree of Life and go check it and fix this. And so that way guests can at some point, again, enjoy the tree without all of this blocking the view. Now, it's not, you could still see the tree. It's just there's nets and wood in the way. It's not great. Obviously, we don't want people to get hurt, but at the same time, we want things to look pretty. So hopefully this will be addressed at some point, but it seems like for the long haul now, at least, I don't expect scaffolding to go up anytime soon with the waits they expect for the first several months, if not years, of this Zootopia attraction. I'd be surprised if they do it anytime soon, but I hope sooner rather than later it's addressed. Cast members have celebrated the 80 millionth guest at the Festival of the Lion King show at Disney's Animal Kingdom. The daughter of Facebook user Jesse Sollenbach was recently celebrated as the 80 millionth guest of the show. The young guest was given a large ticket with 80 million theater goer written around the show's logo and a celebration button. The ticket also included a nod to Camp Mini Mickey, which was the original location of said show. The young guest and her family were joined by the cast after the show for a group shot. Of course, Festival of the Lion King is a Broadway-style show located in the Harambe Theater in Africa at Animal Kingdom. Some quick history. Of course, originally Animal Kingdom was going to have Beastly Kingdom, a land about mythical animals that never were. That didn't happen, and so very quickly they had to throw something together. They threw together Camp Mini Mickey. It was done on a tight budget and a tight timeline. And to give full credit to live entertainment at Walt Disney World at that time, they quickly threw together a show using parade floats from Disneyland called Festival of the Lion King. It was an outdoor theater, and it blew away all expectations. For something thrown together so quick, it was an immediate hit. They had to seal in the theater for guest enjoyment. It went from being a temporary offering to being a permanent. And literally, when Pandora was approved, they built a whole new theater for Festival of the Lion King. It's that much of an indelible part of Walt Disney World now. I think probably the most successful stage show in the history of Disney parks. I think it's hard to argue. And there's some very famous and very legendary ones, but they have stood the test of time. It is consistently one of the most beloved attractions, one of the highest testing with guests of all generations. So great to see that legacy continue on. 80 million people have seen Festival. That is insane. Gideon's Bakehouse has announced that the popular stuffed sugar cookies are returning with a twist. A different flavor will be available each week in the month of November. The flavors will be available at both locations during the following dates. November 1st through the 7th, you'll get the vanilla cream cheese. This is the OG stuffed Gideon's cookie, a vanilla bean sugar cookie stuffed with delicious cream cheese frosting. November 8th to the 14th is the chocolate peanut butter. I might have to take a trip over there for that. November 15th to November 21st is birthday cake, and November 22nd to the 30th is pumpkin cheesecake. As well, a new Dutch apple pie cake created to celebrate Thanksgiving will be available at both locations every Wednesday and Saturday through Thanksgiving. So be sure to grab that. Of course, there are two locations. There is one in Greater Orlando, but the one that probably applies to you watching would be the one at Disney Springs. The specialty coffee of the month is the Mexican Chocolate Nitro Cold Brew with dark chocolate and cinnamon. That is only available at the Disney Springs location. You've heard us talking about renting DVC points through our friends at dvcrentalstore.com. Well, if you've rented points and gotten a taste of the DVC lifestyle, you might be thinking it's time to jump in and join the club. But did you know you don't have to pay the price Disney charges for a DVC membership? You can save thousands of dollars when you buy resale contracts. Contact our friends at DVC Resale Market to find out how much you can save. Go to dvcresalemarket.com/WDWNT for more info. That's how I joined DVC. We paid about half the price for a Polynesian contract. It's the best way to go. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad at Disneyland has reopened almost 3 weeks early following a 2-month-long refurbishment. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad at Disneyland has been closed since early September and has posted multiple reopening dates since then, with the last date being November 23rd. However, as of this weekend, the wildest ride in the wilderness rides once more. Not a lot of changes to the attraction. One that has people up in arms, though, the first lift hill, the Waterfall is gone and it's been replaced with misters. Personally, I think this is probably more reliable. The Waterfall, depending on the weather, often has to be turned off. People complain about getting wet. I think the mister makes kind of the same thing. I don't think it's a huge difference, but either way, beyond that, the ride just looks refreshed and renewed, which is always good to see. But yes, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad is back at Disneyland. Of course, we still got to wait a couple more months for Disney World. Also, you can watch a full POV ride of Big Thunder Mountain at Disneyland in its current state right here on the channel. Spoiler alert, the finale still didn't work even after the refurb. That's why I keep saying, folks, don't expect that finale in Florida because it just doesn't work a lot of the time. It's hard to make it function all the time. The Wondrous Journeys fireworks show at Disneyland resumed performances over the weekend for a brief run before the holidays, but it was missing some crucial elements. This was the first performance of Wondrous Journey since August, when it was replaced by Halloween Screams. However, there were no castle projections for the duration of the show. Additionally, neither Baymax nor the Blue Fairy appeared to fly over Sleeping Beauty Castle. Our reporter confirmed that this is a separate issue from the projections and they will not be appearing during this run of the show. But the projections should come back. Maybe they have already. Who knows? We'll check in again. But either way, you can watch the projection-free version of Wondrous Journeys, also without flying characters, right here on our YouTube channel. Of course, this will be short-lived. The holidays at Disneyland Resort begins on November 14th, and the nightly fireworks or projection show will be Believe in Holiday Magic. Shanghai Disney Resort has shockingly announced the construction of a 4th resort hotel, while the 3rd one remains under construction and still does not have a name. They released nighttime concept art of Shanghai Disney Resort's 4th resort hotel, which will be located just steps away from Shanghai Disneyland Park and an expanded Disneytown. Again, the new hotel will be located immediately adjacent to the Shanghai Disney entrance, making it the closest Disney hotel to the park and a perfect getaway for guests to begin their magical experience, says Disney. The new development will include a series of new shopping experiences as well, which is interesting because Disneytown is typically all on the left side of the park entrance, so it seems like maybe now it's going to wrap around to this hotel as well. We'll have to wait and see. The announcement comes as Shanghai Disney hits a significant milestone, welcoming its 100 millionth guest in just over 9 years. Meanwhile, the still unnamed 3rd hotel at Shanghai Disney Resort, which is on the other end of Wishing Star Lake, will have an Art Nouveau-inspired architecture design, paying homage to Shanghai's early 20th century architectural legacy. It'll be the smallest, we think, of Shanghai Disney Resort's 3 hotels. Well, it'll be the smallest of the 3 that will exist soon, with just 400 rooms. But the 2 hotels currently open at Shanghai Disney Resort are the 420-room Shanghai Disneyland Hotel and the 795-room Toy Story Hotel, You can watch room tours of both of those right here on the channel, by the way. Based on the concept art, the fourth hotel seems to be another 5-story hotel with probably only a few hundred rooms. Obviously, it will be deluxe. It's at the park entrance, but nothing is confirmed at this time. This is a shocking announcement, though. Did not expect another hotel before the third one's even done. Crazy. But if you want a better idea of how this is all laid out, there is the vlog series I did last summer from Shanghai Disney. Please go give that a watch if you're at all interested. Disney Cruise Line will live stream the christening of the new Disney Destiny ship next Monday on its social channels. The Disney Cruise Line Instagram account announced that they'll be sharing details about the ship throughout the day on Monday, November 10th, before streaming the christening live at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. The newest Disney ship in the fleet, the Disney Destiny, arrived at Port Canaveral this weekend and debuted the unique horn song, Go the Distance from Hercules. The ship has an overall heroes and villains theme featuring stories of Disney, Pixar, Marvel, and Disney parks, and is the first ship to feature a Marvel atrium statue and stern character. Real quick, I think it's important. We need to stop here and we need to hear the horn. So let's play the clip. I can sense the smiles from all you at home. I love Disney Cruise Line so much. I don't care if it's a song I've heard before or not. There's something about, you get goosebumps when you hear that ship horn. I see Lori nodding in the back. Yep, there she is. Anyway. Also released in the last few days, we got a look at some artwork that's going to be aboard the Disney Destiny. It's similar to those created for the sister ships, the Disney Wish and the Disney Treasure, and shows a cross-section of the ship to show you where all the venues are. This unique illustrated view of the ship shows all the signature spaces, from the Black Panther-inspired atrium to the dining rooms to the entertainment venues. It's all there, including the staterooms as well. Be sure to I'm sure you want to go look at this in depth. It's always fun to check this out, but there's also some of our favorite Disney characters on here as well. Some quick things I want to say about the Disney Destiny. Obviously, we are going to be on board starting that day, so we're going to be there at the christening, and we will be on board next week to bring you all the excitement from the media crews, so stay tuned for lots of coverage. Of course, the Destiny is the 7th ship in the Disney Cruise Line fleet and the 3rd in the Wish class, joining the sister ships, again, of the Wish and the Treasure. The Walt Disney Company has pledged $1 million to assist with relief and recovery efforts in Jamaica following Hurricane Melissa. The donation will assist Disney cast and crew in the region, as well as nonprofits including UNICEF USA, World Central Kitchen, and Good 360 to provide emergency supplies, food, shelter, and other essential services to impacted communities. Quote, "Our hearts go out to the people of Jamaica who have experienced such terrible devastation from Hurricane Melissa, including our Disney employees and their families who call the island home," said Bob Iger, CEO of the Walt Disney Company. "We hope this contribution and the ongoing support from our team will serve as a source of relief and comfort for those in need at this difficult time." Disney Cruise Line had to alter multiple sailing itineraries due to the Category 5 storm, but obviously there are far worse impacts from the storm, and our thoughts and prayers go out to all those affected by Melissa. For the absolute latest on these stories and all that didn't make it into today's show, be sure to check WDWNT.com and follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. You can support the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WDWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. Special shout out to our WIGS members watching who make this show happen every week. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Tom Corliss saying, enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.